To demonstrate how the Docker volume works, we are going to use this Spring Boot application. So this is a simple Spring Boot application. It uses the Maven project, and it is taking the dependency a starter web, and also it is using two endpoints. One endpoint is all, that is games all, which fetches all the games that is stored in a file system, and that is games add, that will add new games. It has got one model in which it sets the game details, that is ID and the name, and it stores data into a text file in a comma separated values. This is ID and name. So when we fetch the value, it will fetch all the games stored in games.txt, and it will produce for display. Same thing, when we are adding the game, it will add that game in the text file, and it will append that game right here. To read the game, a it is fetching that games from, it opens the file defined in this file path and the file names, and that is defined in applications.property file. So there are two properties being defined, from where to fetch the path, and what is the name of that file. So it gets that game, opens that file. If the file exists there, it reads that from the buffer. It produces that game into the list, and then returns. And similarly, for writing the games, it opens that game into the write mode, game file into the write mode. If there is no file exists, then it will create a new file, and then it returns back for writing. It appends the data and save it. So this is the simple application. So let me try to run this application and show you that how does it work. So I can build that my Maven project with a start run Maven build. I already have defined that here with a Maven build, that is Docker. So I'm just building that. I have attached, it is running on the JDK 17. I can build that. So it will build my project. Once the build is completed, we should be able to start that application, and I will demonstrate how does it work. So the build is in progress. In a second or so it will get finished. So the build is completed, and I can start my application with a Spring Boot app. I already have configured it here, so I will start it right here. So my application has been started, and it is started on the port 8081 that already have defined in a application.property file. So the application is started, and I will explain you how it will work. So let me finish the let me delete this txt file, and I will open Postman and try to fetch the game, all the games stored in the text file. So currently there is no game stored in the text file, so it is returning the empty list. If I want to add the games, I will add the game ID and the name, and it added one game. Now if I fetch it, I should be able to fetch that game. And at the same time, if you go back into the Eclipse and see, then we should be able to see the text file right here. So one game got added. I can add another game and it will append that game. Let me add the game. Let's say the game as basketball. So the another game got added. And if I go back into the txt file, I should be able to see another game gets added. So the next game got added. So the idea is we are storing our data into the text file. Now with the Docker volumes, we want to see how the Docker behaves. Is it able to add that txt file into the Docker container, and we are able to fetch that data from a Docker container. So that is our motto of defining these simple applications. Thank you.